I'm back for WCS's ongoing coverage of Fragville here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm here with smooya, standing for NIP, following their qualification to playoffs. So, two pretty easy wins despite that one map that went a little bit closer against the team you just played, I think, No Radar, right? Pretty easy way into playoffs. How are you feeling coming out of day one?
Feeling good, feeling good. It's extremely hot out here, as we've both just discussed before this camera went live. It's a nice place, nice people. The people we played were talking a little bit before we played. It was good to play against. It was good fun. It's nice to compete again. It's been a while, so.
It definitely has, and it also has been a long time since you've been in North America. I think the last time we saw you in NA was Flashpoint Season 1 all the way in April 2020, if I'm not mistaken. How's it feel to be back in America? Obviously, you spent a good amount of time here, whether it was a stand-in for Pro League, playing in Flashpoint, obviously, and various other things over your career.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that I want to live in America when I'm older, for sure. Well, it's after my career, when I'm like 40, you know. I really like America. I like how big it is. I like the big trucks. I like how everyone's so free. You know, everyone's kind of just saying what they want. So yeah, I really like America. Competing-wise, it's different. I forget that people here don't use flashbangs, and it was the same this game, so it was a bit weird. People are just running at you every round. But yeah, I'm excited to play like the more advanced teams, so to say.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because when you go to Fragville, especially a team of NIP's caliber, you kind of spend day one playing these like IM teams, these open mixes, so you don't really get the real frag experience until you start facing some of the higher level NA teams. But overall, you know, we just saw you come off of winning Epic Land in the UK after this. How does this frag event compare to Epic Land, for example?
I would definitely say the teams here are obviously better, like the upper end of the teams. I'm not sure how usual Philadelphia's are, but this place is quite small. It's a bit smaller than the Epic Land Hall, so for me it was a bit of a shock. It's off a highway, so it's a bit interesting. You kind of just pull off a 100-kilometer road into your event, but it's nice. It's a little bit warm inside. It will be. There's a lot of people in a small area, but it's good. It's an old school feeling. Everyone's shouting. Everyone's getting a bit hyped and stuff. So it's quite nice. Yeah.
We were quite surprised to see you come in for NIP, I believe, filling in for obviously Wrinkle, who had visa issues. How did this come to pass? You know, who gave you the nod from NIP to come and stand in? Was someone kind of advocating for you to be the fifth?
I can't speak on that. I don't know, like the inside talks. I would assume it would be Snappy mostly because I've worked with him before in the past in Contact. I announced a couple months ago that I'm like aiming to return to Pro, so maybe they saw my results recently with Fish 1 to 3 and thought I was maybe the best candidate. I'm not sure. I can't speak on that. I'm just here to do my best and hopefully return to Pro.
So essentially, they're just like, "Hey, Owen, do you want to come to America, play for us?" And you're like, "Sure, mate," like whatever.
Exactly like that. Yeah.
Pretty open to new opportunities. It seems like obviously you've been kind of bouncing around in 2025, playing for a lot of different teams. Whether that was Wild Lotus at the start of the year, Fish 1, 2, 3, around Epic Land, playing with a lot of different players there in that Fish Mix team. Of course, you won that one event with Iberian Soul, the Spanish guys. Are you kind of happy with where you are right now in 2025, having bouncing between teams, or are you looking for something kind of more stable?
I mean, Fish 1 to 3 is more like a mix with my friends. It's I'm trying to help players that don't have much experience gain experience to maybe get into teams, and I help do that with two players, with Andu, who went to BC Game, and Stressen, who went to Sinners. So I'm very happy that I can play with people and they, give them a platform to show themselves. It is quite annoying because I have to keep changing players all the time because people keep taking my players. But I'm pretty happy. I think I'm on a good step progress as like a human. That's always been my problem. It's not my individual skill; it's my human skills. And I would say that I'm growing into a okay-ish man these days compared to how I was before. So I'm pretty happy. Yeah.
And, in some ways, I think that's been maybe your biggest struggle and your biggest aspiration in your playing career. Think back to big opportunities you've had in the past with teams like Big. Reflecting on the last couple of years in your career, do you think that's caused some missed opportunities for you?
100%. Along with burning bridges and doing stuff out of ego, which could come from childhood stuff, it could come from maybe the company that I keep. It's not okay to act the way I've acted at points of my career for sure. And it's pointless me speaking about it. It's just about me proving that I can be better because actions speak much louder than words. So if any teams are interested in needing an AWPer, guys, I am very serious about coming back. So that's why I haven't been live on Twitch for 4 months, which is my main source of income. I've put that to the side and I've only focused on competing. So I'm very grateful to NIP for giving me this chance to play. and hopefully we'll get to come out on top.
And it does seem like, so it does seem like your end goal is to find, a long-term project, something sustainable, something you can be a formal pro again in. What are you looking for in a team? Is it something, international? Obviously, UK scene's pretty much in the shitter right now, but overall, like, what are you aiming for in terms of tier, in terms of HLTV rating, in terms of ERS rating for your future prospects?
I don't have a parameter in it. I'm not in a position in my career to demand a top 10 team, a top 20 team. Whoever thinks that I'm suitable, they can speak to me, we can discuss, and if it makes sense on both ends, if they feel like that I can benefit them and they can benefit me, then it will work.
And then final question for you. As we're looking now, you're in playoffs, so top 16, I believe. Of course, the goal is to win it all. How are you feeling about the chance of pulling it off with the Mnmzzz squad despite being a stand-in?
I mean, it's hard to say until we play versus better teams. Practice went really well. We only had 2 practice days. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
All right, that's smooya from Mnmzzz standing in for Wrinkle. Thank you so much for your time.